that's the biggest one you shot.
Dude, this thing wrapped me up. Look here.
Did it charge you?
I had to fight it. Right. That is what we call a muscle cracker. Look at this thing. Proper specimen.
A specimen indeed, which Brian thought was my biggest. But I wasn't so sure about that, because my biggest is the steel bender. This guy, who literally bent my steel spear. At the end of the video, we're going to find out, how does this wrist wrapper match against the steel bender? So we're greeted with a beautiful morning and some beautiful sea life. Armed with my Rob Allen 1.1, I headed out into what we would call hunting water. The water was warm, and it was not clear but not murky, with a bit of mist in the air. This is prime for hunting, especially hunting white musselcracker. Stirring up the bottom a bit, I try to get the fish to come close to me on my first dive. And I noticed, even on this random patch of reef, before I even getting to the actual reef, the fish were alive and active. I started to get excited.
Right, it's active down there. Very alive. I think the reef's mainly here.
Getting back to the surface, even more excited.
Very fishy, dude.
Nothing huge, and nothing that I wanted to shoot, but beautiful in its own way. I'm telling you, before I took this dive, I knew that something good was going to happen. I felt it in my stomach. So I went down and prepared myself to shoot a fish. As the fish came closer and closer and got more comfortable with me, I got more and more excited, and that feeling in my stomach grew bigger and bigger and bigger, until this happened. The shot was good, but now the fish was trying to rip me apart on the reef. So I lunged for it and tried to get a hold of the fish as soon as possible. But little did I know that this fish was wrapping the spear line around my wrist. After calling Brian over, I tried to figure out how I could get this line off my wrist, because this fish was fighting me. and I did not want it to get another breath of wind and pull me down to the bottom. But I soon realized that I was not going to be able to get this line off my wrist by myself. So I just decided to hold on to the fish and wait for Brian to arrive. I couldn't understand how this happened, and even now looking at it, I don't know how the fish wrapped my wrist so much like that. Just a testament to their power.
Dude, this thing wrapped me up, look here.
Did it charge you?
I had to fight it.
Oh, dude, that's the biggest one. That thing's over 50 kilos.
Just hold Jack quickly.
You want to take a video of you swimming with it?
I'm just gonna get it wrapped off me.
After giving the fish to Brian, I was able to untangle the line from my wrist. At this point, it was time to celebrate. The realization kicked in.
There's no raggies around. Yo, that thing's massive. Nice cracker. Big thing. Beautiful fish.
Yeah, old school.
No, just a lone one. Yeah, I just went down onto like a ledge. It was very fishy out there. Big guy just comes fast, yeah.
But how does it measure up against the steel bender? Shooting this fish means buying a new spear. As I descended onto this patchy reef, a behemoth approached. Taking aim, I shot true, and a fight ensued. I didn't know if the shot was good, so I chased it down, trying to secure it as fast as possible. This fish did not want to get caught, bending my spear like a piece of wire. After tussling on the bottom, I managed to get a good hold of it. A true beast of the ocean. I don't think I'll ever forget this day and the fight that I had with this fish. To date, this is still my biggest fish, and one that I'm very proud of landing. But how does it measure up against the wrist wrapper? Let's find out. The steel bender came in at a monstrous 15 kgs, bending my spear in the process. But what about the wrist wrapper?
So 12 kilo.
So the wrist wrapper came in low, quite a bit lower, and Brian was wrong. But yes, it was a big boy. And perhaps it's time for Brian to get himself his own big cracker.
Just hold your breath.
Coming soon.